without much further ado, I want to turn it over to someone you're going to get to know pretty well over the next few years, Susana Barraza, who's program manager at NICE. Susana, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Randy. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Susana Barraza. I am the new NICE program manager. Many of you have known Danielle Santos, who has served in this capacity for the past 5 years. And as you may have heard last week, she has now been promoted to Manager of Communications and Operations. I'm thrilled to be joining NICE to carry on the work that she has done in the past and supporting the NICE program office and our public working group structure. A little bit about my pathway to NICE as program manager. I earned 2 associate's degree from Sacramento City College, one in business admin and in social and behavioral sciences. Then I was able to transfer to California State University, Sacramento, where I earned my bachelor's in economics. I have been able to participate in a political management seminar at the George Washington University as a component of a fellowship I did with the Congressional Hispanic Leadership Institute in Washington, D.C. For the past year, I was supporting an HSI grant, the STEM Equity and Success Initiative project at Sacramento City College. I have also served as a government relations intern for a Ford Motor Company. I've been a congressional intern, and I've interned at the California State Assembly. You will be hearing from me more as I do dive into my role and as I support the NICE Interagency Coordinating Council and the NICE Working Group. And today, moving forward, I am pleased to introduce you to Dr. Jon Brickey, Senior Vice President and Cybersecurity Evangelist for Mastercard, and Dr. Yosemarie Griffiths, President of Dakota State University. And they are the industry and academic co-chairs of the NICE Working Group. Please welcome Dr. Brickey and Dr. Griffiths.
Good afternoon. This is Yosemarie Griffiths. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah. The NICE Working Group enables public and private sector participants to advance cybersecurity education, training, and workforce development. The NICE Working Group had monthly meetings except in August and November. The structure of the group consisted of 6 subgroups. Next slide, please. As I said, there are 6 subgroups within the working group. Each one is focused on a specific topic, like apprenticeships or competitions. Each subgroup further has 1 or more project teams geared towards specific projects and deliverables. Next slide, please. Over the past year, these subgroups have been led by volunteers in the NICE community who've driven the groups to complete products such as one-pagers and other resources. The working group would not have been successful without their leadership. Here are a few examples of projects that have been completed this year. Next slide, please. In the past year alone, the competition subgroup has developed over 10 new competition podcast episodes for the CyberFed YouTube channel. And the workforce management subgroup has developed a one-pager on successful strategies for cybersecurity hiring. Next slide, please. The K-12 subgroup has also been very active this year. Some of their completed projects include the K-12 Cybersecurity Career Awareness for School Counselors and Administrators one-pager, the Career and Technical Education Report Outline, and curating a repository of K-12 educational resources for at-home use. Jon Brickey is up next to discuss some changes and improvements to the NICE Working Group.
All right, thank you. So the next few slides, if you could go to the next slide, please. We're going to talk about some of the restructuring, changing of names, et cetera, for the NICE Working Group and some of the other groups. Our goal overall, of course, is to increase impact, and we're going to do more of that in the near future. So this new structure increases alignment to the new NICE strategic plan and ensures that we're resourced to maximize our progress. So we'd like to refer to everyone here as the NICE community. The format that we used in the past and will continue to use is monthly meetings that bring us together for information sharing and for action. The community includes conference program committees, and all 4 are shown here, and the NICE working group, which now we will call the NICE Community Coordinating Council. And I'll be the first to put in a vote that we nickname with the NC3. So the new name reflects our need to coordinate across sectors. The groups that make up the Coordinating Council include communities of interest, and these are formerly the NICE working group subgroups. So we're fixing naming there. Also working groups, and these are aligned to the NICE strategic plan, and project teams. These are cross-functional teams focused on grand challenges, which I'll discuss all of this in just a moment. So we're also renaming some of the groups to better reflect their intended purposes. So next slide, please. So the NICE subgroups, as I mentioned, become the NICE communities of interest, as these groups provide collaboration opportunities that focus on specific constituency needs and develop corresponding products and services. Some of these groups may look familiar to you as they focus on some of the subgroup topics we currently have, like K-12, competitions, and apprenticeships. These groups are led by community members, but they're primarily email lists and forums for information sharing and for questions. Next slide. We're introducing NICE working groups to actively implement, measure, and execute upon the NICE strategic plan, goals, and objectives. These groups will have a 5-year duration aligned to the new NICE strategic plan. Some of the current subgroup topics like collegiate, training, and certifications, and workforce management will align to these new groups. Although these 3 groups, the ones shown here, are aligned to specific goals in the strategic plan, they're also integrated with cross-cutting goals. For example, expand use of the NICE framework and drive research on effective practices. Next slide, please. We're also introducing NICE Grand Challenge project teams to bring together thought leaders to pursue innovations and to devise solutions for emerging challenges and opportunities. These groups will have a duration of 6 to 12 months. Next slide. So our next meeting for what we formerly called the NICE Working Group and now the NICE Community Coordinating Council will be on December 2nd. And for those of you who are already members, you should already have the invite. You don't need to do anything extra at this point. I look forward to seeing you at the next meeting, but before closing out this portion of the presentation, I want to thank Dr. Jose Marie Griffiths for her work over the past 2 years as the academic co-chair. And though her time has expired, her term has expired, her time hasn't expired yet, we hope to still see her in the community. And with that, back to you, Dr. Griffiths.
Thank you, John. Next slide, please. I'd like to give a couple of comments based on my personal perspective as a university president. First, it's been an honor to serve as academic co-chair of the working group, and I thank Rodney Peterson for inviting me at this conference 2 years ago. And second, I'm pleased that we've had academic co-chairs who represent the diversity of institutions of higher education, community colleges, universities, both vocational and research, and now a non-traditional competency-based regional institution. So I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Marnie Baker-Stein, Provost and Chief Academic Officer at Western Governors University, as your new academic co-chair. My final observation is related to the value of NICE, the framework, the community, and so on, from my personal experience as a member of the National Security Commission on AI. AI needs are where cybersecurity was a few years ago. The Commission has a number of subgroups working on a range of issue areas, but there's general agreement that they all come back to education training and workforce development. And I find myself during meetings referring quite frequently to NICE products and activities, especially the framework, career pathways, internships, apprenticeships, and the K-12 pipeline. The work that you have accomplished through NICE is both foundational and applicable to other emerging technologies areas. So you should be very proud of all the work that's been done. Next slide, please. So in closing, the NICE working group would not be made possible without the many volunteers from industry, academia, and government who contribute to the work and group discussions. You can view the various one-pages, white papers, and other document resources today, as well as learn how to sign up to participate in the NICE Community Council at nist.gov/NICE/NICEWG. Thank you very much.